Hey, Vashon. We got a great show tonight for you. I've got a few little things I want to tell you about before we let Gregg Curry, who's standing 6 feet here behind me, have the stage. So, a few fun things I want to share with you. The food bank has serviced 130 customers at their pickup windows and delivered to 135 households. The Senior Center has received an anonymous donation as well as money from Vashon Rotary, and they have expanded significantly their delivery service on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Anyone 55 and over can request a meal to be delivered at home. You sign up at bluebird@vashoncenter.org. I'll be posting that in the comments, so hang tight on that if you didn't catch it. The Vashon Chamber of Commerce is also hosting chamber chats. There are free webinars on Tuesday, April 28th from 9 to 10. They will be covering a topic for Culture Fund for the Arts and Culture and Preservation groups. You can learn more and see archived webinars at www.vashonchamber.com. But wait, there's more. The Plate Fund is an emergency assistance of $500 for restaurant or food service workers who have been affected by the virus. You can apply at www.theplatefund.com/apply. I'll put that in the link as well. And there is a new helpline for psychological or spiritual assistance. The community care team opened a new helpline on Tuesday, and the phone number is 206-701-0694. I love how this island is showing up, and I love how we're taking care of each other. And I just want to tell you some of those things. There's some great resources. We've got some fun information coming up for you about the Vashon Interfaith Council to Prevent Homelessness. We just had Hillary Emner here on set, and you'll be hearing a little bit more about that later. But for right now, I'm really glad that you're joining us. This is going to be a great show, and sit back and enjoy. Oh, yeah, I've got the pen. I'll put it up.
Hey, y'all. It's good to be back on Vashon. It's good to be back on this land right here. It's a cool, cool place. You're likely to hear some chickens, maybe some ducks. Hell, I ought to do Old MacDonald, probably. But anyway, it's good to be here. And it's a little strange to not be singing to an audience. I do have a bit of an audience here. But I know some of the people that are tuning in, and so I feel you. I really appreciate you joining me tonight. The last show I did to a live audience was right at the end of February, beginning of March in Seattle, and so I'm very, very glad to be here. We're kind of at that part of the night where it's dusk. It's getting there. And indigo turns to black, not too far away. So I thought I'd open with this song that takes place with a singer singing about that time of day. It's called Gallows Lane. Stars warm up for the nightly show. Blackness swallows indigo. Weary feet moving slow, echo through Gallows Lane. A blind man plays soft and sweet, sweating in the July heat. An orchestra of gold teeth singing that song again. A busted guitar, a broken string, played in a style a hard life brings. Satan lifts his angel wings, longing for heaven again. Thunder is his song. Lightning is his name. How can he live so long with a heart full of pain? Street lights glimmer on the gold-toothed singer. Sparks shoot from fine fingers. Tired pilgrims stop and linger to hear his refrain. A holy visitation, a gravel-voiced incantation. You feel the vibration rattle your soul again. Thunder is his song. Lightning is his name. How can he live so long with a heart full of pain? But it's not just his own. Don't you feel the same when you're all alone with a heart full of pain? How can you live so long with a heart full of pain? Stars warm up for the nightly show. Blackness swallows indigo. A weary voice singing low echoes through Gallows Lane. There's a couple of friends of mine that I know that are out there listening in Alabama, and I want to dedicate this song to them, because they've been there for me several times in my life to pull me up. And they're on the front lines. They're both healthcare workers in Alabama. I'm going to sing this song for Rick Stewart and Arlene Carrasquillo. And they've known me a long time. They've been very supportive of my music, and they've been very supportive of me. And I also want to dedicate this one to Vashon. I haven't lived on Vashon now for a little over a year. It freaks me out. But I'm out here, or I was before we went inside, a lot. And about 3 years ago, I was in a very, very low place, having a tough time. And I did not know how many friends I had. And I was just overwhelmed with love. I went from not being sure where I was going to live to having a multitude of options that, and I never had to place an ad. People just knew I needed a place and started going to work for me, and it worked for me. And so I really, really, we all need somebody to pull us up every now and then. Nobody can do it all the time for us. But that period of my life seemed like most of the time there was somebody there for me. And that's the name of this song, Most of the Time. Something's bubbling down below, burning slow, like a volcano about to blow in my soul. There's a hole in my heart, in my world, in my mind, too much of the time. Sometimes the world is so unkind. If it wasn't for you, I'd go right out of my mind. There's a cross that stands on the hill in my memory. There's a prayer I prayed. Let this cup pass from me, but it's clear disciples of hate who wanna make even love a crime. Sometimes the world is so unkind. If it wasn't for you, I'd go right out of my mind. Smile, you're like a light that shines a million miles. When you laugh, there's no future, there's no past. Live today. What we say means much less than nothing most of the time. It's what we do, not what we say. The way you live shows the way. How you move, how you shine gives me hope most of the time. Most of the time. Most of the time. For those of you from other parts of the country, that's a Vashon bird. It's nice being out here. I kind of prefer this to over sweaty bars with people busting out into fights and stuff. There's another person out there that I want to dedicate this song to. This is a song I thought I was writing about my heritage. Irish immigrant coming to the country, starting a new life, faced with signs that said Irish need not apply for jobs. It's always been tough being an immigrant, I guess, here in this country. And it's, you know, they made their way. One thing Irish people tend to know is whiskey. Excuse me a second. Cheers. Whew. And when Prohibition came around, well, some of the Irish in the hills of Tennessee found themselves a little cottage industry, making whiskey and delivering it and running it and driving fast and avoiding the feds. And then Prohibition ended. And they were out of work again. So they started a little something called NASCAR so they could drive fast and get paid for it. And anyway, I wrote this song after hearing a fella tell me a story in the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. And my friend Jackie Lee Forte in Alabama, how's that for a name? Jackie Lee Forte. She heard this song and she sent me a long text message. And my God, this song stopped being about my family and it became about hers, because almost everything in this song is true of someone in her family. And not everything in this song is true of mine. So I want to dedicate this to Jackie, and I also want to dedicate it to her husband, Joe, who's a doctor in Alabama, and he's another one of the frontliners. And y'all, this is real. This is real. We're standing out here having to be separated. There's a lot of people telling you a lot of stuff on TV, and they get paid for it, and they're representing some pretty serious moneyed interest. But if you know some healthcare professionals that are on the front line of this and they're having to deal with it, listen to them. So this is for Joe and for Jackie. It's called Rebels from Across the Sea. Blazing down back roads, headed back to Moonshine Road. Went off hauling a heavy load, had a long way to go. We dropped some barrels in Oklahoma, headed back to Moonshine Bay, to trace the steps of ancestors who died along the way. Lord, we're headed through the Tennessee hills tonight, remembering what we believed. Our forefathers left their homes with dreams of being free, rebels from across the sea. The moon tears the Tennessee night apart as the sun hits Galway Bay. Breathing in the smoky mountain air where echoes never die away. Well, I'm headed back to my Cherokee girl, been away way too long. Whiskey may be what pays the bills, but I'm singing my way back home. You do what you do to pay the bills, but I'm singing my way back home. Lord, we're headed through the Tennessee hills tonight, remembering what we believed. Our forefathers left their homes with dreams of being free, rebels from across the sea. I am nothing if not in step with the times. There's a point to that statement. I'm frequently out of step with the times, possibly because I know history, which seems to be terribly lacking in our culture these days. But I'm working on a project right now. It's an album, solo album that I'm doing, and I got to call out a friend of mine who's doing the sound tonight. His name is Martin Fevier. He's a tremendously talented man. He's got ears that are huge, not literally, but, you know, really can hear. And he's not only a talented man, but he's a really, really good friend. He's the kind of friend that hears about me having to go get on a plane in a hurry and go to Alabama to face my dad's death, getting the call that it was going to happen. And he heard about that, and I was in the airport, and my phone rang, and it was Martin. He was reaching out to me, and he was touching base with me and checking to see if I was okay, and he was offering money if I needed money, you know. Not everybody does that. A really great friend. He's a lot of fun to be around. He knows how to, wow, was that an owl? Wow, that was amazing. He's a lot of fun to work with, and so the last song we were recording before we all had to go home and stay there was a song that was a celebration of overcoming anger and bitterness and isolation and coming out into the sunshine and dancing in the moonlight and letting it wash you clean and saying, "So long, Lonely Avenue." And as a testimonial to how in tune with the times I am, 2 days later, I was in my house, sheltered in place. So, nevertheless, we're not alone, and it's been a really cool time for making connections with people. A lot of people have reached out, and I've reached out to them. We've had late night conversations. We've had some real talks. I hope y'all are taking advantage of this time to do that. There's always something in it for you, and that's the goal. I have this little prayer for myself. It's this. I don't even know who I'm praying to necessarily, but it's this. Help me find what's in it for me as quickly as possible, because life's too short to hang on to the drama of not knowing. So I encourage all of you to find what's in it for you at this time. Find something, search inside yourself. I don't want us to come out of this right back to what we used to be. Because if nothing else, this has revealed that we had some problems. And we need to come out of this different and make a better world than the one we came into this with. This is called Wash You Clean. Hello, where did the old friends go? Anger's not answering the phone. You try down the road, knock on 2, 3, 4. Sorrow is not at home. Spent such a long time stepping round landmines, stuck in a sad routine. Break out the sunshine, bask in the moonlight, let it wash you clean. Give it one last try. Old habits don't wanna die, but bitterness is gone. I guess those days are through on Lonely Avenue, and nothing to do but move on. Spent such a long time stepping round landmines, stuck in a sad routine. Break out the sunshine, bask in the moonlight, let it wash you clean. Ooh. The sun is back, the sky's not turning black. You feel your will unbend. Time to learn the lines of a new heart on the way to who you are. A wounded heart will mend. Spent such a long time stepping round landmines. Now those days are through. Break out the sunshine, bask in the moonlight. So long, lonely avenue. Ooh, so long, lonely avenue. Thank you. All right. You know, you do things for the reasons you do them at the time you do them, and then life teaches you why you did them. And this song's sort of about that. It's about a guy who leaves Milwaukee in the middle of a snowstorm because he doesn't have any heat in his apartment. And his radio's busted. He can't decide which of those two is worse, but he jumps in his car, turns on the heat, turns on the radio, and drives south to escape the storm. And he sure didn't plan to go to San Antonio, and he sure didn't plan to go to the Alamo. But that's where he went, and on the journey, he did a little bit of time traveling on the side of the road. Took him back to 1835, 1836. And then he came back with new knowledge. This is called Road to the Alamo. I left the Milwaukee suburbs in the last winter storm. Nothing on the radio, no heater to keep me warm. Somewhere in Kansas, the storm finally broke. Outside San Antonio, the sun rose and I had myself a smoke. On the road to the Alamo. David and his friends rode 900 miles from Tennessee. Had ambitious dreams of starting over and maybe living free. The land they found was beautiful. They started making plans. But I bet their plans did not include having to make a final stand in a church called the Alamo. A 14-year-old farm boy from the Oaxacan coast was taken by the army and marched 1,000 miles through winter snow. He'd never even heard of the place he was being forced to go. But when the bugle sounded charge that morning, I wonder if somehow he could know he had breathed his his last at the Alamo. Through the haze of the last smoke of winter, I hit San Antonio. I didn't really mean to go there. I was just trying to escape the winter snow. But as dawn broke that morning, the past came to life and moved my soul. And I heard ghostly voices calling to me soft and low on the road to the Alamo. Trail of tears leads me to the Alamo. Whoa. This is a song about bad choices. It's called Unlucky 13. Let's do it in this key. Following steps down a long crooked line to a place obscene. Walking through fire to get to a door, knocking on number 13. Out in the rain, I heard Catholic bells. My eyes started to sting. Committed 12 crimes, never landed in jail. Then came a lucky 13. She's the one that did me in. If I had a chance, I wouldn't do it again. I didn't fall for an original sin. I fell for unlucky 13. She had a friend who worked in a bank, gave her ideas for a score. We partnered up and made off with a haul and made love till we were sore. Laying in bed, she got into my head, said take some and get us some more. We made a plan to pack up a sedan and leave in the morning at 4. She's the one that did me in. If I had a chance, I wouldn't do it again. I didn't fall for an original sin. I fell for unlucky 13. The roulette wheel kept landing on red. The odds against me were steep. I had a lot to lose. I made my bet and put it on black 13. Someone said he's crazy. The pit boss said you win. I had a mountain of cash stashed in the car. Headed back to her again. Headed back to her again. Oh yeah. It was 3:45 when I went down the hall. She opened 13 to me with a smile on her lips, her hands on her hips. She said, I'll meet you down on the street. Threw my keys and went to get my stuff. A man lay in a pool of blood. I turned to go, but a cop was there. It was then I understood. She's the one that did me in. If I had a chance, I wouldn't do it again. I didn't fall for an original sin. I fell for lucky 13, yeah. Well, that's what I did. She made a mess of this kid. Don't know if y'all believe in unfortunate numbers, but that one was one. This is a cautionary tale as well. This is about some people I've seen many times, many different people playing the exact same roles in bars around America. It's called King of Denial. Well, there ain't no way it was the burgundy. There's no way it was just the pills. There's no way you can convince me that the cocaine was overkill. No, you ain't high fashion chic, but I love your sense of style. There's no need for disguises with me. The king of denial, and you could be the queen. From a bar stool to the bedroom, we drank way more than our fill. Bottles in hand, standing up, making love, and not a single drop was spilled. You're an elegant wreck, just like me. Maybe that's why I like your style. There's no need for disguises with me. The king of denial, and you could be the queen. I was alone, but I wasn't lonely. But the routine was getting old. You walked in, and it was alchemy. You turned Bushmills into gold. Still, there ain't no way it was the chemicals. It was you, yeah, you who set me free. You had me when you said you needed time to think, to name your top 3 iniquities. Yeah, you love your eloquent repartee. You weave your words with style. You once called me the Prince of Burgundy. Now I'm the king of denial, and you could be the queen. Well, sometimes I think you're the only drug I need. Maybe sometimes you think the same of me. But you ain't big on sobriety. And now I'm following your lead. There's no need for a silly apology. Oh, you know I love your style. There's no need for disguises with me. The king of denial, and I'm bowing to the queen. I thought it was funny. It's sort of tragic, too. This is a song about people and their pets, specifically their dogs. Have you ever noticed that sometimes people treat their animals better than their humans? Well, I've noticed that over the years. And one day, I was standing in my living room, and my dog was rolling around and running around on the floor playing with a squeaky toy. And the first recording of this has a squeaky toy on it. Anyway, it's called If I Were Your Dog. I wanna be your dog. I wanna be your dog. I wanna be your dog. 'Cause if I were your dog, you'd take me everywhere with you. Think everything I do is cute. Let me run wild through the human zoo. Then you'd rub my head, yeah, you'd rub my head. Give me a special door of my own. Keep the light burning till I got home. I could come and jump in the bed at 2 and get right next to you. That's why I wanna be your dog. I wanna be your dog. I wanna be your dog. If I were your dog, you take me out on a leash, keep me right next to you. Throw me a bone, give me all your treats, kiss me when we got through. You tackle me and take me down, then we roll around some more. I could rip up the couch, chew shit up, and leave it on the floor, leave it on the floor. That's why I wanna be your dog. 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 That's what I wanna be. Woof. I want to thank VashonLIVE for having me out here to do this kind of weird shenanigans. And it is an audience. It's nice having y'all here. And they all look better than me. We should turn the cameras on them. And I want to thank Pete Welch and Allison Shirk and VashonEvents.org, because they're doing a whole lot of stuff to keep the entertainment cycle going. This group is doing a lot to do that. We need art. One of the things I hope that people are realizing in this time is that art is an essential job. And artists are finding ways to reach out. And it's been striking to me how many people have called me freaking out in this. And I sort of understand that, there's a lot to freak out about. But a lot of people are freaking out about having so much time. And that's sad to me. Seize it. Make something of it. And a lot of people know me as, I guess, gregarious. One person one time asked me if that's why my parents named me Gregg. But it's not really altogether true. The first 12 years I lived on Vashon Island, for example, I was pretty much a hermit. Hardly anybody that knows me out here now knew me then. I was holed up in my house oil painting. And as a songwriter, you hole up as well. And all my life, really, I've had the gift of having time to be with myself and feel and think my own thoughts, and make up my own mind about things, and compare and contrast the things that I take in out in the world. And so I think that's been a gift during this, and I've been able to share it some with people calling me at night and saying, today at 1, I'd done everything I could think of to do. I'm freaking out. And it's like, have you sat down and searched your heart? Listen to the birds. Notice that there's not a whole lot of traffic noises and that the air is clean. Like I said, I don't want to go back to exactly the way things were. There's a lot to be taught in this time to us. I want to encourage you to help artists. Yeah, it'd be cool if you guys jumped in some change to my Venmo account here, but I'm not just talking about that. There's organizations out there. A friend of mine, Ian Moore, is part of an organization that tries to get health care for musicians, and has for years, because that independent contractor musician gig doesn't have a health care plan. And I've posted some things on my Facebook page. If you want to go scroll down, you'll have to scroll down a bit, about some ways of keeping clubs alive. A lot of clubs are going to go under during this, I'm sure. But we're going to find a way to speak. We're going to find a way to make art. And we need it, because life without art is war and poverty and injustice. So, and sometimes political groups declare war on art. When times get rough, sometimes they try to shut people up. And you can kill the singer, but you can't kill the song. This is a song, it's a true story about some singers that got killed in political oppression movements, but the song didn't die. It's called Birds and Stones. If you kill 2 birds with 1 stone, it only means there's 2 less birds to bless us with a song. It's a suicide of the spirit to fear a song when you hear it, just because it makes your heart long to roam. Why should you tremble every time a wild wind blows? What if the world is a temple and heaven is something only the songbirds know? If you kill 2 birds with 1 stone, It only means there's 2 less birds to bless us with a song. A frail frame, a strong spirit, her fire burned you and you were near it. She burned, then she took a wing, and he rose up from his own ashes. Nothing could kill his passion. I miss how they could sing. They made me tremble, but it was not from fear. I trembled with a vision of a better world than I see. If you kill 2 birds with 1 stone, it only means there's 2 less birds to bless us with a song. Time passes, echoes linger, and they may think they've killed the singer, but still the songs live on. And if 2 rights can erase a wrong, somewhere tonight I know there's 2 new songbirds born. They'll make the whole world tremble. Some from fear, some from hope. What if the world is a temple, and the heaven is something only the songbirds know? If you kill 2 birds with 1 stone, it only means there's 2 less birds to bless us with a song. Who will bless us with a song? I want you to bless the earth with a song. I hope that in some ways that you feel how much from my heart I want you to find the song in your heart and sing it with your life. Be a light in a dark time. Sing till the clouds roll away. That's the name of this song. It's been good being with y'all. It really has. This is my last one tonight. Sending you love. Sending you hunger. Hunger for more. Hunger for a better world. Hunger for to learn who you are in this time, in this place. If a crisis doesn't change your life, you missed it. You missed what was in it for you. So let's make the world better on the other side of this, y'all. When I was scared as a child, my mother sang to me of how one day the clouds would roll away. Now the land lies in shadow as far as I can see, and I remember what that song had to say. Roll away, roll away, sing till the clouds roll away. Feel the time running funny, I know somewhere the sun still shines, but the darkness grows more black than gray. And so many feel forsaken, like a girl I met today. And in the face of pain, I heard her sing, roll away, roll away. She was singing for the clouds to roll away, roll away. She was singing for the clouds to roll away. Now as the storm clouds gather, dignity seems dead, and the slip into nothing seems to never end. In a world so out of focus, where everything is what it's not, that old song comes to me again. Roll away, roll away. I'll keep singing till the clouds roll away, roll away. I'll keep singing till the clouds roll away. Sing till the clouds roll away. See you later, y'all.